Welcome back to QuizAtlas. Comment your score and hit subscribe. Ready to play? 25 questions on rivers, lakes, and peaks. One snowy summit sits on the equator. Let's go. Longest river in the world, in Northeast Africa. Name it. Go. The Nile. And oddly, it flows the wrong way, south to north, straight across the desert. The Alps mountain range is on which continent? Quick, any ideas? Europe. Their melting snow feeds rivers that run off to several different seas, water towers of Europe. The 5 big lakes between the US and Canada are the Great what? Of course, the Great Lakes. Together they cradle a giant slice of Earth's fresh surface water. Inland seas. The city of London sits on which river? 6 seconds. The Thames. A giant movable barrier spans it to hold back dangerous flood tides. Clever engineering. Loch Ness lies in which country? Clock's running. Lock it in. Scotland. It holds more water than every lake in England and Wales put together, deep and dark. The fan-shaped river mouth at the sea is called what? Quick. A delta. Named after the triangular Greek letter it looks like from above. Geometry in the mud. Round 2. The map gets steeper, and that snowy peak sitting on the equator? Almost nobody names its island. Which river runs through Germany into the North Sea? 6 seconds. Nice. The Rhine. For centuries, it was Europe's busiest liquid highway, lined with castles and vines. The Danube touches roughly how many countries? Clock's ticking. Any ideas? Ten. More than any other river on Earth. A true European connector, from source to Black Sea. Longest river in Asia. Name it. 6 seconds. Go. The Yangtze. It is the longest river that stays entirely inside one country the whole way. Lake Titicaca sits between Peru and which country? 6 seconds. Bolivia. Some people there live on floating islands woven entirely from reeds, homes that bob. Highest mountain in the Alps. Name it. Clock's running. Lock it in. Very good. Mont Blanc. Its name simply means white mountain, and tunnels now bore right through it. The Mississippi River empties into what? 6 seconds. The Gulf of Mexico. Its basin drains water from more than half of the mainland US states. Enormous. K2 sits on Pakistan's border with which country? Clock's ticking. China. Climbers call K2 the Savage Mountain. It is brutally harder to summit than Everest. Halfway up the map, what's your score? Lock it in. Easy river so far. Now it climbs. The highest peak outside Asia. The deepest river of all. A snowy summit near the equator. Round 2. Geography pros only. Which range divides Europe from Asia? 6 seconds. Any ideas? The Urals. A single country sprawls right across them. 1 foot in Europe, 1 in Asia. split personality. The Volga, Europe's longest river, runs through which country? Go. Of course, Russia. Locals lovingly call it Mother Volga, Europe's longest river, top to bottom. Land where all rain drains to one river is called a what? 6 seconds. A basin. And one ridge can split the rain, sending it to 2 seas at once. Nature's watershed. Hard mode. The highest volcano on Earth is coming. Plus a river so deep its fish are blind. Do not scroll away. Aconcagua, highest peak outside Asia, is in which country? Focus. Lock it in. Argentina. At over 6,900 meters, it is the tallest peak in all of the Americas. Largest lake in Africa by surface area. Name it. Focus up. Lake Victoria. 3 nations share its shores, and it helps feed the mighty Nile. Big water. The Ob, Yenisei, and Lena flow north into which ocean? Focus. Nice. The Arctic. Their mouths can stay frozen solid while their far-off sources have already melted. Odd rivers. Mount Elbrus, Europe's highest peak, is in which range? Focus up. Any ideas? The Caucasus. Elbrus is secretly a dormant volcano with 2 icy summits, Europe's frozen crown. Iguazu Falls sits on Argentina's border with which country? Focus. Brazil. It is not a single fall, but hundreds, strung along a curving, thundering cliff. Overwhelming. Which river forms much of the US-Mexico border? The Rio Grande. Its name means big river, and it draws the border for over 1,000 kilometers. Championship round. The tropical peak with permanent snow is right here. Can you name its island? Do not blink. The world's highest volcano borders Chile, and which country? Final third. Lock it in. Very good. Argentina. Ojos del Salado even hides a tiny crater lake high near its frozen summit. Highest volcano on Earth. The deepest river, the Congo, plunges over how many meters? Almost done. Over 220 meters. So deep and dark that some fish down there have evolved with no eyes at all. Eerie. Puncak Jaya, highest peak in Oceania, is on which island? New Guinea, right by the equator, yet its summit is cold enough for snow and ice, a tropical peak in the freezer. Let's read the map. 21 to 25, Polymath Genius. You know every peak and river by heart. 13 to 20, Scholar Elite, seriously well-traveled. 0 to 12, Apprentice Learner, and there are many more mountains to climb. Comment your score. I read every one. Subscribe for 3 quizzes a week. Next up, we go inward and explore the most amazing map of all, the human body. See you there. And if you went perfect, smash that like button.